Hey guys, today I'm going to take you through some troubleshootings regarding the hard start of a small engine. In my case here I have a Honda GX340 which is mounted on a motocultor, but yeah, in your case maybe you have a smaller version of this engine and it's mounted up on a generator or a water pump. It doesn't really matter, they work based on the same principle. So I had this unit stored in my garage over the winter. I took it out in order to replace the oil and the filters like I do every year, and I noticed the hard start of the unit. Now it simply doesn't start at all. So I started up with small and easy checkups. I replaced the gasoline out of my tank. I also emptied the carburetor. If you take this screw out over here, the gasoline is coming up and you are sure you take out all the old gasoline out. I also checked up this dirt collector over here and I found some dirt there. And yeah, since then I had the bad feeling that maybe my jets are clogged. But I went further and also checked the spark plug. The spark plug, it's okay. So still no start, and now we are going to go through together and check the jets inside the carburetor and also check the valve clearance. So stay with me and let's do this. We are going to remove the carburetor completely in order to check the jets, clean everything, and be sure we eliminate any possibility of a malfunction regarding the carburetor. Now, if you only wanna check the jets, that's not necessary. You only need to remove this cover and this cap of the radiator, and you're going to see in the following moments where the jets are placed, how they look and how you can check them. But now we start up by removing this cover, which is fixed with 3 bolts, 10mm bolts, 2 here in the front as you can see, and another one in the back up here. Now we are going to remove the cover, but before that we need to take this hose off from the valve cap and also switch the throttle open. Now the cover should come out. Nice and slow, but without the carburetor, please. Yeah, and also shut down the gasoline. Okay, so this is the cover. It will require a bit of cleaning as well, a bit of dirt. Now we need to take the fuel hose out, and there's a small trick, because in my case the tank doesn't have a switch. I mean, it has a switch, but it's incorporated on the carburetor, and we also need to take off the throttle cable. Now we are going to take out this small lever. The thing is that this plastic part has a cut right in the middle, so if you close the throttle like this, should be closed, yeah, we need to push a little bit this lever and try to make it go through right through that hole, the plastic, we just push it upwards. Yeah, it came off. Put it here aside. Now I told you that the switch for the gasoline, it's on the carburetor, and if we take the hose out and if we still have gasoline in the tank, we can simply plug this switch. You see, this is the choke lever. So you take this out, and this little thing is going perfectly in the hose. To take the hose out, we use a tool like this. I seriously don't know how it's called in English right now, but you know what I mean. We take this clamp out. Here we go. And with this little plastic thing in one hand, we pull up gasoline, pull it out, and bam, we stop the gasoline from coming out. Nice and safe. And now the carburetor should come out nice and smooth. Nice. I put this aside. So here is our carburetor. We just need to be a bit careful because there's still gasoline here. We are going to dispose this. Let's move to the table and open this thing up. Okay, so once we took the carburetor out, I placed the towel on my working table in order to keep the environment as clean as possible. I also cleaned the carburetor with a brake cleaner in order to remove the debris. Now we are going to empty the gasoline out of it. As I told you before, we take a 10mm socket again, and we have here a plug that we... What the fuck? Someone really tightened this thing down. I hate this. Ah, fuck. Okay. So we take this bolt out. Gasoline is coming. Here we go. Now it's completely empty. So we continue by removing this thing. God, I hate this. Those bolts, they really don't need such a high torque. God. Okay, so this looks pretty clean. So yeah, I was expecting worse. Down here in this hole we have the main jets. We can take them out using a flat screwdriver. Gosh, I hope this... Yeah, okay. Someone forgot to tie those up extremely high like the other bolts, and I'm happy about it. This is brass, so come on buddy, come out. Here we go. yeah, this is one of the jets, and there's another jet which, if we open the choke, you can see it there in the back. And this one comes out pretty easy. You just need to give it a push. Bam, came out. This is the other jet. So now we are going to blow them with brake cleaner and air and try to get them as clean as possible. See, this one has like holes along it. We need to be sure that all those holes are as clean as possible. If you have like very big deposits of dirt, and if they are clogged, you can use a paper clip, put it through softly, and clean it up. Now we are going to take out this collector bowl here. Usually the dirt is collecting down here, but in my case what I noticed that I guess the same person that tightened those bolts up also rounded the bolt here, so I'm going to use this, and I'm going to put this around in order not to scratch it too hard. Yeah. Okay, it worked. This again looks pretty clean. Okay, now we are going to remove the floater by taking out this pin, and then the floater, it's just coming out easily. You will notice here you have like a pin. The thing is that when this pin get to have like wear around it, it simply doesn't stop the gasoline to get in the carburetor, and the carburetor is overflowing even if the floater it's like on a closed position. In my case, this looks pretty okay. Doesn't seem to have too much wear. I see there a very like a line, but yeah, I don't think that's a problem. We are going to continue by taking out the pilot screw over here. And then the throttle stop screw. Then we are going to slide out the pilot jet slowly. It has a O-ring down here. Here is the O-ring. Okay, so what we are going to do now, we are just simply going to blow a lot of brake cleaner through all those small holes as you see around here, and try to get as much as possible the dirt and debris out. Okay, so I kind of cleaned the heck out of it. This works pretty smooth. So yeah, in case there was nothing clogged, the only thing I'm a bit worried about is the very light wear I have on this, and yeah, too bad I don't have a repairing kit in order to replace it, but yeah, I'm going to put it back together, and if the problem is still there, I'm simply going to get a repairing kit and try to replace this. Okay, so we are trying to put everything back together now. A small hint regarding the pilot adjustment screw. In order to adjust it, like approximately more adjustments after you take everything out, you just do them on the way when the engine is running. But so you know, you gotta screw this all the way down, and after that turn it backwards like 1.5 complete turns, like this. Let's not forget about cleaning the jets very well with brake cleaner and air, and like I said, with a small paper clamp. When you put back the floater, don't forget to check if it's moving nice and smooth. Okay, so when you put everything back together, you will notice that this plastic part behind the gasket has like a canal here. So you'll notice that the hole it's fitting perfectly when this shape in the plastic just, yeah, it's starting up and it's ending up here. So just be careful to put this gasket in the right way. It's also like going perfectly with this hole over here. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. My God. Anyway, it was not the valves, it was not the carburetor, it was something much more easier. I know this clip is going to be way too long, but at least we found a solution. Right before I was about to open the goddamn engine and check if the valve seats are okay and if I have there any carbon deposits or if the flywheel key is in one piece, but I'm so goddamn lucky that it was something a lot more easier. Now, the thing is that I bought this machine as a second hand. It was not brand new, and I noticed that there were like points of rust all over. That's why I did a bit of touch up with paint here and there. But guess what? check out this flywheel. It's rusty as fuck. I mean, it was a lot worse than this, but look, it was something like here, you know, this shiny kind of rust looks awful. Now, so you can understand, we have here the ignition system. Yeah, that's going all the way back to the plug. So all those parts were like rusty as fuck. We also have here a magnet, which now it's clean, but was also very, very rusty. What I did, I simply took the coil off and cleaned everything, like the seats of the coil, yeah, when it's touching up against the magnet. I cleaned up the surface of the coil, and also because if you can see here, the coil, it's sitting on the block, so you also need to clean the surface of the block as well, so the contact can be as good as possible. Now in my case, I did this around 3 times till I did it good. The only sign that kept me on going, it was like the engine. It was giving like signs of starting up, but wasn't really starting up. I was keep having like backfire through the carburetor and also the exhaust. So yeah, in my case, this was the holy fix. I'm so happy that I found it, seriously. And what I'm actually surprised is that it worked just a few days before, but I just got it out of the coupe, because I have a coupe outside, it's covered and this and that. But I guess because of the temperature changes and this and that, it kind of accelerated the process of rusting, and it just reached the point when the electrical contacts didn't work anymore. So what I'm going to do now, because this rust is going to extend, I'm going to try and clean the flywheel a bit better. And yeah, this is already, I did as much as possible in order to clean it. But yeah, I'm surprised, and I'm so damn happy I didn't had to take the flywheel off or even open the engine. Yeah, so after all of these, it was not the valves, it was not the carburetor, it was not the gasoline, it was not the spark plug, but it was this, which from now on I'm just going to put it in the same basket with the easy fixes, and it's going to be one of the first things I am going to check up. I'm also going to post this clip separately, and also put it together with the whole checkups with the carburetor and the valves. Maybe in your case this is not the issue, and maybe, yeah, maybe you have a clogged jet, or your valves are out of clearance and this and that. Anyway, I know this clip is going to be long, but I hope it is going to help you out just as much it helped me. I'm going to sleep. Bye. One last thing. The spark plug was one of the first things I did when I started up the troubleshooting. But if you see that you have a spark, that doesn't mean the spark is working into specs, and that can be again a problem regarding the spark, or another problem regarding the ignition coil. That's why it's better to just check your ignition, your whole ignition system, like in my case, it was wrong. I started up moving to other steps, but I didn't eliminate out of the list the problem regarding the spark plug. So even if you have a spark, that doesn't mean that's working properly. So just check out the whole system, and only then move forward to the next step and continue with the checkups.